morning, students. Today we are going to see the program which designs a simple SR parser. SR parser is nothing but shift reduce parser. It is one of the bottom-up parser. In general, all the bottom-up parsers can be called as shift reduce parser because bottom-up parser does 4 actions: shift, reduce, either it accepts a string or it raises the error. Right? So here we have considered a very simple expression grammar. E derives E plus E, E star E, ID. For that grammar only, we have designed the shift reduce parser, and the program is implemented in C. A very simple program. So I don't need to explain anything on the header files and all. Just go through this command line between the line number 6 and 8. We have a input buffer. Bottom-up parser means you should remember the push-down automata block diagram, right? We have input tape, we have a stack also. So the parser is reading the input tape, at the same time it checks what is available at the top of the stack. So the array A, string array A, is going to act as input buffer, and C is a variable which is going to have the length of the input string. You have stored the input string in the input buffer, right? The length of the input string is available in the variable C. Apart from that, we have 2 character arrays. One is AC and another one is ACT. It just contains the parser actions. AC, I think it is containing reduce action. ACT is containing shift, the word shift. Because we will be printing where it is shifted, when it is reduced, those things. Typing completely shift and reduce, those strings are stored in AC and ACT. Then afterwards, there is an array, character array, STK, which is going to act as the stack. So A is the input buffer, STK is the stack. Then J is the read-write head. Read-write head means, I hope you can understand that it is a pointer pointing to the input buffer. I is the top of the stack. So if you know the purpose of these variables and arrays, then it's quite easy. And there is one more user-defined function called check also. Looking to the 11th line, all the necessary character arrays are declared. A is the input buffer, STK is the stack, AC and ACT are just going to contain the parser actions. Okay, now let us see what is there in the main function. In the main function, first 2 statements is printing, right? It is displaying the grammar, and the second line is asking the user to give the input string. So getters is the input statement which is reading the input string. For example, I can give string like ID plus ID star ID or ID plus ID plus ID, something like that. I have to give input. Then afterwards, using the string length function, we are measuring the length of the string, and that is available in the variable C now. Okay, now looking to the line number 20, string copy function. So what is done here? The character array ACT contains one of the parser action, that is shift, along with this arrow mark. Because while printing the output, we need to say where it is shifted when it is reduced, right? So just to show that we are using this ACT. Instead of typing every time shift, we have already kept in ACT, and wherever it is required, we will be using this variable. That's all. Then we are printing this because we are printing the output in the form of a table. Okay. Before proceeding with the program, let me show you the output also, so that you are able to correlate the input and the output. Just a minute, students. I'm executing the program now. So grammar is displayed because already we have included the print statement in our program. Grammar is displayed. Now I'm going to give the input. So input is, let me give ID plus ID star ID. No need to give dollar and all. You see the output, whatever we have done in our class as a problem, the same thing is displayed here. First column is the stack, second column is the input, and the third column is the parser action. So initially stack was empty, only it was containing dollar. At the first step itself, ID was pushed down to the stack. So that's what shift ID, that is the corresponding parser action. Then later that ID is reduced to E. Then plus is shifted. Then ID is shifted. ID is also reduced to E. Then E plus E together is reduced to E. Then star is shifted, ID is shifted, and so on. Finally, the last step contains only the start symbol in the stack. This is what you call as bottom-up parsing, isn't it? Because input buffer contains the string and the entire string is reduced to the start symbol of the grammar. So the parse tree is grown in the reverse direction, which we call it as bottom-up parsing. So you have understood the output, right? I hope you all are convinced with the output. Yes. So shall we go to the program now? Is there any doubt in understanding the output, students? Okay, I move on to the program now. So let's continue the program. Continue with the program. It's a very simple program. Okay, so this up to this we have seen up to line number 21. This was displayed right in the output. Okay, now look into the for loop. There are two variables. One is I is equal to 0. Already j is also initialized to 0. And I is incremented. J is also incremented up to the length of the input string. What is C here? C is nothing but the length of the input string. And already I have given what is I and what is J. I is the top of the stack. J is nothing but the read write head, which is pointing to the input buffer, right? So, okay, now inside the loop, you see, A is the input tape. It is reading the first character. If the first character is I, and if the second character is D, what we are doing, we are pushing both the symbols onto the stack. Accordingly, the stack pointer, that is the top of the stack, is also incremented. Stack of I is equal to A of J, stack of I plus 1 is equal to A of J plus 1. Since stack is a character array, obviously at the end of the string you have to put the null character, right? So stack of I plus 2 is written with null character. Then afterwards, what are we doing here? A of J and A of J plus 1. A is the input tape, right? Once I and D are shifted from the input tape to the stack, you are removing those characters from the input tape. So you are making it null, right? Afterwards, you are printing the content of the stack. You are printing the content of the input buffer. Stack is stack itself. A is input buffer. And you are printing the string act. What is act? In fact, shift, isn't it? So we have shifted ID, right? So to say that this is a parser action taken, we are printing act. After that, check, the function is being called. Let us see the function check little later. Okay. If the string is not ID in the input buffer, what it might be? It might be some operator, right? The operator is just a single character. So you are writing, you are pushing the operator also into the stack. If it is not ID, this else part is getting executed. After pushing that operator onto the stack, as usual, you are writing the null character, and operator is replaced by empty symbol in the input buffer. Then you are printing the contents of the stack, you are printing the contents of the input buffer, and you are telling that shift action took place. That time also you are calling the check function. This is what known as main program, right? The main program is over here. After that, we will try to know what is this check. Okay, check in fact takes care of the reduce actions. Okay, so what is happening in the main? Input buffer is read starting from the first character till the end. To read the input buffer A, we are using the pointer or the variable called J. It is allowing to read up to the length of the input buffer. Then we have one more variable I, which is acting as the top of the stack right? So if it is ID, push it into the stack, empty those places from the input buffer. Accordingly, you print the contents of the stack, contents of the input buffer, and say what action it is. Then in the else part, if it is not ID, it might be some operator, right? Plus or star or something like that. So that time also you push it onto the stack. Remove that operator from the input tape and you print the contents of the stack, content of A, as well as you tell what action you perform. Now let us see what is the user defined function check. It is also quite simple and the code is being repeated. I hope till this no doubt at all for you people. Now let us see what is the check user defined function. So in the check user defined function, check function itself is meant for reduce action. Okay. So first line what you are executing is reduce to E. That is the line you are storing in the string AC. So wherever you have to print this reduce to E, there and all you will be utilizing the string variable, character variable AC. Okay. So for Z is equal to 0, Z is less than C, Z plus plus. Here in fact Z is pointing to the stack. Of course, I is acting as the top of the stack. Here one more pointer we have which is pointing to the stack, that is Z. We do not know the measure of the size of the stack, right? Roughly we have estimated it as C. Because maximum, if even the input buffer contents completely got transferred to stack also, max to max the length of the stack might be only C, right? So we have roughly assumed it as C. So what are we doing here? You check, they are checking what is the content of stack. If stack of Z is equal to I, Z plus 1 is equal to D, then what are you going to do? You are going to replace Z by capital E. Actually, what are we performing? ID is reduced to E and Z plus 1 is replaced by null character. Because Z plus 1 was D, right? Now that is replaced by null character. As usual, you call the print statement. You have to print the content of stack, content of input buffer, and you have to print AC because we performed reduce action now. And J plus plus. What is this J? This J is nothing but already I said it is a read write head to the input buffer, right? So once ID is reduced to E, this J is incremented to point to the next symbol. And this J plus plus is only here. Okay, now let us move on to the next condition here itself. What are the other conditions we have? Other conditions, either ID can be reduced to E or E plus E can be reduced to E or E star E can be reduced to E, right? The same code is repeated here. Again, you are running a loop for stack. If the stack Z position contains E, Z plus 1 is plus and Z plus 2 is E. It means E plus E from the bottom of the stack it is available. Then what are you doing? Stack of Z is equal to E and Z plus 1 and Z plus 2 are you are making it empty. Then you print it as you, and at the same time one more step you should not forget here. You need to bring the top of the stack position 2 positions down also here. Okay. Then we move on to the next loop. The same code is repeated here. Instead of E plus E, here we have E star E. That E star E is reduced to E here. Again, the top of the stack is brought 2 positions down. And finally, what do we have? Yeah, we have in the grammar parenthesized E also, right? So same thing. If parenthesized E is there in the stack, you replace it by E and you print the reduce action. So check function is to perform reduce action. So what and all is being reduced? ID is reduced to E, E plus E is reduced to E, E star E is reduced to E, and E within the parenthesis is also reduced to E. And this check function you are calling, when are you calling? As soon as you shift one symbol, you are calling the check function. Okay, and the check function will be executed if it satisfies a condition. If ID is shifted onto the stack, you are calling the check function. As soon as an operator is pushed onto the stack, you are calling the check function. But when you are calling the check function also, it is reading the stack by using the loop. And if the condition is satisfied only, the reduction takes place. If ID is there in the stack, it is reduced to E. If the stack contains E plus E, then it is reduced to E. I hope you have understood this program. It's a very simple program. Students, if you have any doubt, you can message in the chat box.